What's up, everybody? This is Kitchen Talks, episode 16. I'm your host, Nathan. How is it going, everybody? Got my coffee here. You've got your beer. Yesterday was Valentine's Day. um, and Valentine's Day, we were talking about that last night. How it's not really a all-inclusive holiday. it's it's not really a holiday if not everyone gets to celebrate it. Uh-huh. Yeah. Um. But yeah, yesterday's Valentine's Day. It was good. I guess it was a good day. I mean, I hope everyone out there had a good Valentine's Day. And man, it's been a pretty good week. It's only Monday today, but this past week was pretty good. Yeah, we did tell them about COVID. Yep, we did. Yeah, we are. Back to work. What else is going on? Um, ah, yes, mental health stuff. We're talking about how we both think that during this time, especially, there should be free mental health care. Very expensive, yes. Yeah, affordable. Yeah, if you solve a lot of the mental health, because we kind of are having a mental health crisis in the United States, or we've been having one. I think you solve those issues, and a lot of other issues take care of themselves also. But yeah, man, it's that's one of the things that the United States and other countries in general, the world in general, needs to learn. Mental health is just because it's not visible. It's sometimes more important than physical health because your mental health dictates how your physical health is a lot of the time too. It does. Mm-hmm. It definitely does. It's just I'm sure a lot of people are when you're distracted and able to go out and do things. It's less intense, but with people locked up in their homes throughout COVID, I think a lot of people's mental health has gone down the tubes. I don't. When are we going to get our vaccine? Hope soon. My I had heard we probably won't get ours till July though, or August. Which lucky for us, we already got it though. So we'll be hitting that 90-day mark around then. Yeah, must be. Yeah, cause shit, man, and probably because we're younger, we'll be the last in line to get it. You know, which yeah, and that's fair enough. I mean, have you heard of my um stepmom's parents both got COVID around the same time I got it, and um they got some pretty severe. They took the full 2 weeks to recover from it too. It like I got over it in like 3 days. They had it for literally they're still battling it a little bit. I think like it gave um her mom like this. It's called COVID tongue. It's like your tongue gets full of sores and shit. Yeah, it's a COVID symptom, and your tongue gets full of sores. So and nausea. My dad said he got his second vaccine. The second time you get your first vaccine, and then you get your second one, and the second one supposedly gives you some unpleasant symptoms. Second vaccine, but he had bad nausea, fever, chills, backaches when he got the second vaccine. So it's not, yeah, it's not a pleasant experience to get the vaccine. Doesn't sound like. Doesn't mean you shouldn't get it, but yeah. Yep. It's yeah. I don't know for whatever reason, just show a lot more symptoms. But yeah, man, COVID's here to stay too. So they'll have to be coming out the vaccine every year, and I'm definitely gonna do my part and get it. But um, well, so I've been watching House of Cards. Um, Great show. That's all I gotta say. Great show. You've been watching that show for a couple years now, right? Yeah, yeah. You've watched it since it first came out, basically, right? Yeah, since it first came out on Netflix. Yeah, yeah. Um, Great show. If you haven't watched it, recommend it for people listening. But yeah, I always when you and my mom would tell me that I should watch it, I would always you say just give it a try. I would always get. I tried one episode. I remember in high school, and I got discouraged because I didn't understand what was going on really. But now that I know a little bit more and get a little bit older, it's a great show. It's a fantastic show. Yeah, yeah. But those shows can be boring when you're younger and don't really care. Yeah, good show. I've been hooked on that one. Got some. I'm excited for movies to start showing again and coming out. Looks like there might be some good movies coming out. Well, shit. This well, Snyder cut for Justice League. That's not really a. Is that a movie that comes out, or is that just like some extra add-ons or something? Okay. Yeah. The Snyder cut. Yeah. They need to stick to one Joker. Like have well, my thing about the Joker is once you have one actor play him, that actor should keep playing him in every movie he appears in my opinion. Yeah. I wonder if it's just because the directors and stuff didn't. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, Jared Leto, he's got some movie coming out. It looks kind of good, but that's why he grew his hair out. I think too. He's got long ass hair now. Uh huh. Yeah, and actors have like if they're asked to grow their hair out or lose weight or gain weight for a role, they do, huh? Yeah, yeah. Like for the Punisher, John Bernthal had to really pack on some muscle. He had to in a short amount of time too. Yeah, he had to shave that. Oh, Virginia. Yeah, so it kind of translated. He must have filmed Virginia right before Punisher, and they were like, "All right, man, we want your beard just for this first scene or this first like few episodes, and then we're shaving the shit." Yeah, yeah, it's great. Yep, movies will be coming back out. Um, well, the first look at the Joker, they just showed some like screenshots, and I don't know. I don't really mess with it too much. Like the he has long hair and obviously and looks kind of like you said modern. Um, I don't know about that, man. I like the slick back hair Joker that like just has that fucking eerie feeling about him. Yeah. Oh, and Suicide Squad, he really had the punk rock look. I didn't like that. Harley Quinn and the Joker. But yeah, man. I hope they make Joker 2 with Joaquin Phoenix. But yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, that'll get in the way. Yep. Do you what's I saw something about Biden and Lady Gaga. Yeah. Let me see it. Uh oh, yeah, what you something about Biden and yeah, and Lady Gaga being friends. That's really random, but I just saw it. hmm Oh yeah, they're like good friends, dude. Oh, it looks like sexual assault PSA. Joe Biden, Lady Gaga team up for that was in 2017. A timeline of Lady Gaga and Joe Biden's friendship. Yeah, so they're like good friends. It's weird. Uh, well, that was a long time ago, but they're really good friends, I guess. I just thought that was interesting. I didn't know Lady Gaga and Joe Biden were good friends. Uh, oh, she did sing the national anthem at his inauguration. Lady Gaga, the Joe the ice cream man. hmm Yes, he does. Well, man, have you? Um, well, I mean, we've talked about this off the show, but screw it. Has this? Have you? Has your mental health gotten worse during this whole pandemic? I mean, it's good. Yeah, it's there's nothing wrong with. I mean, opening up a little bit. So yeah, me too. I mean, because we brought that up at the beginning of the this episode here, and I think more people need to just be honest. Like, yeah, man, it's been fucking tough, and I felt the same way. Obviously, we've talked about it off the podcast, but fuck it, why not say it on here? It's been tough. Mhm. Yep. It's means when you're there's just a lot of turmoil and between I think what really did it was all the election drama plus the pandemic, like that stuff when it kind of combined, it was a lot of stress, man. Yeah, we were talking about how in order to fix major issues, we need to look at society first. Start with the human being first, individuals first, which I've said that before, but we were talking about how there's just a lot of anger and well, didn't used to be this much anger, but that's why you got Karens and stuff like that snapping, and dudes and big macho dudes think they're the shit snapping, and it's just anger pent up, man, in everybody. Karens. I love saying that shit. Karens. Dude, we're gonna. I might post a snippet of this part of the podcast right here because we like, dude, we need to come up. There needs to be a name for men that act like Karens. We've, we've got the name for the girls. It's Karen. What about the dude in the big fucking truck, lifted truck? No offense to anyone with a lifted truck, but this is the stereotypical thing we see. Big lifted truck, dude with the fuck Biden flag. Dude with the fuck. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Usually like middle aged old white dude, basically. And yeah, we need a name for him. I'm going with instead of Karen, I'd go with ooh, fuck, man, I don't know. That's a tough one. Oh, Jim or something like that. Rex, yeah, Rex. Jim, just the most basic name, Jim. He's pulling a um yeah, I don't know. Fuck Rex. Some stereotypical just God, we need some help on that one. We need a name for the guy Karens out there. It's not fair that we're only giving the ladies slack. There needs to be the middle-aged man version too. But yeah, man, Karens are a real thing though. It's I hate to be stereotypical, but it's always that same look too. It's always that same woman, same like archetype. Same select your character combination. Like when you're creating a character in Grand Theft Auto, if you're creating a Karen, you can pick it. You can pinpoint exactly what outfit they're gonna wear, what hairstyle they're gonna have. Turn up the fucking outburst meter all the way up and the calm meter down, charisma like halfway. Like when you're picking a character. And oh man, yeah, I could go on about that for days, but yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real problem. Entitled. It's what it really is entitled people. It can be anyone. It can be young people too. No, like really, Karens can be. They don't have to be middle aged white women. It can. I've seen young people pull major Karens. So it's entitlement is what it is. Entitlement. Oh, dude. Yeah. People think they deserve everything. Some people. Dude, entitlement's so unattractive, man. It's such a bad quality. Like to think people owe you stuff. It's just that's what it comes down to. It's let me speak to your manager because you dear doing your job and you didn't give me what I wanted still. So you fuck you. That's basically what they're saying most of the time when they want to speak to your manager. Dude, I had this one Karen one time. She was so rude to me, man. For I got out to help her and it was just right away instantly. I was the bad guy and I was disrespecting her. I was using a bad tone with her apparently, she said. I was I was just doing everything wrong and I was being stupid. I think she called me an idiot too. Yeah, right off the right off the bat, she just because we didn't. Yeah, it was a issue. Won't go into detail, but I've had many Karens that just it's they immediately take issue and then they try to make you into the bad guy. Fear, fear and anger. That's what we were talking about earlier too. The two strongest emotions in the human mind. Well, I'd say love, hate, anger, and fear are the four strongest emotions. Love, because love is a strong emotional attachment to someone or something. Love is what you have for your pet, for significant other, for family. It's like a unbreakable bond almost. No matter how much someone screws you over, if you love them, that love never really goes away. Sure, you can be mad at them, but it's always there. It's a strong bond. Hate is strong because oh my, well, just look at all the look at the KKK or groups like that. Hate's just contagious and just thrives. It's like poison. It's like cancer. It just grows. Um, Anger is strong. It's fleeting, but it's strong in the because in the moment it makes people really lash out if you're not mindful of it, and you can hurt people physically or mentally because of it. Because in the moment you got to get the anger wants it's your brain telling you to do something, and you feel like if you do something, it'll go away. No, no, it gets worse. Yeah. Um, and what was the other one? Anxiety strong because especially if you have an anxiety disorder, it's really strong 'cause it's always there, pretty much constant anxiety, and everything triggers it, and it's just you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go. Your brain's acting on hyper speed, and you do irrational things. That's plain and simple. You do irrational things. You look for substances possibly to numb it. Yeah, so those four emotions, in my opinion, are probably the strongest. Oh, jealousy is pretty strong too. I think anger arises out of jealousy because you first see someone that you wish someone has something you wish you had or has a life you wish you had, and then the anger kind of comes after that, and that's when people like do mean things like vengeful things towards others when they're jealous of them, like try to hurt them or get ahead of them or steal from them. That so yeah, I think it jealousy first and then anger. Um, yeah. I think happiness is not strong. I don't think it. I think happiness is a joke because you can be happy 1 second and then one thing will happen. You'll stub your toe or something, and that happiness is fucking gone in an instant. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, it does. Yeah, I saw something too, like yesterday about it was some TikTok. I wasn't on TikTok, but I was on. Someone reposted it on something, and I saw it, and it was like some girl talking about happiness. We're taught that happiness is the goal in life, and she said happiness is fleeting. Basically, what I said, and it shouldn't be the. Or someone asked her if she was happy, if she because she's successful, if she's happy or something, and she said happiness is too vague because sure she's happy sometimes, but she also sad. And she said sadness can be better than happiness in a way because you feel it deeper and I don't know something about like it makes you feel more alive. But she basically said we should be teaching people to be after just being present and fulfilled, not even fulfilled, just present, literally, than trying to chase any emotion. I think. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, like that. Yeah, it's just not. Or they. I also feel the same way about being when they say try to be fulfilled because I don't think fulfillment is any. I don't think being fulfilled by a passion or anything. I don't think that's really real either. Because I think you can be fulfilled temporarily by anything, really. Uh huh. Not constant at all. Yeah, I'm starting to think, man. I've been like entertaining the idea that um, that it's really like because humans are always trying to make sense of find what they believe in, and so they have like um rules to live by or standards and something to believe in. That's why there's a lot of books and different ways of living. But I'm starting to think like, what if there's no, oh, excuse me, what if there's no right or wrong way, man? Or what if like there's just, it's literally, this is just like, yeah, or yeah, like what if there's really no meaning? Like we're making meaning by thinking it. Like when I was really nervous the other night, I was realized how um my reality had been distorted. To make a long story short, basically, I thought things were happening that weren't because I was in a heightened state of anxiety, and my perception was skewed. So, what if we're like with religion, people are skewing their own reality to seeing coincidences and turning them into more than they are. Us seeing like there has to be a bigger reason I'm here, and then you, because you believe that, you're shifting your own reality, and like it seems like what you believe in is true because yeah, it's hard to say, but like like what if it's really just up to you what how your life goes, and it's like less what you believe in, but more just or less of a something's out there controlling. I mean, to be honest, there are a lot of coincidences and cool things that happen that make me think there's something beyond our control. But at the same time, I think humans we just have a lot of capacity in our brain to have to make cool things happen at the same time. So I don't know, man. It's weird to me. But I've been thinking lately, like, what if? Because everyone has their own philosophy on life and what it means and how it works. And what if there's just no answer? What if you just like that's the key to freedom is just saying, yeah, I don't know, but I'll read books and stuff because I'm interested in seeing other people's points of view. But that's how I've been looking at it lately. Like it's kind of freeing when you just say, yeah, I really don't know what why this happened or what your purpose is. You may not have one, honestly. Just do what you want to do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wonder when you really dig deep. This is like some Alan Watts level type thinking, but like, yeah, like when you start to really um, like anxiety might not even be a bad emotion. Like, once you start thinking this deep, your brain, I've noticed when I start to try to think this deep, my brain starts to almost go like blank. Like, it's hard to even fathom when you start digging, unpeeling the layers. But I was basically trying to say that um, we're told that anxiety is a bad emotion, anger is a bad emotion, fear's bad, happiness is good. But what if there's it's just not bad or good? What if it just is? We're literally making a feeling, anger, a feeling of in our chest, that heat in your face, that clenching of your jaw. We're turning that into like an act, like it has to be have a reason, it has to be have an action to it, and it has to mean that I'm pissed off at somebody. Even though it's just a reaction in your brain that it's a reaction from your in your nervous system. Yeah, and that's when you really get into, like, why am I even getting upset over anything in the first place? When really none of this like, there's no rhyme or reason behind it. Uh-huh. Yeah, you showed me that. They always do go away. Yeah. Yeah, think if you think about your worst if you think about your worst moment in time in your life where you felt the most helpless and scared and, like you were literally in hell. Like, I'm sure some people that have been homeless probably that was their worst time in their life. They probably felt helpless and scared. Uh, I can think of a time where I felt really like this is an unescapable hell of life right now. Like this is never going to end, and it did end. Like now, I don't even think like, dude. Now I don't even think about. It's weird how when I was in that situation, that's all I could think about how terrible it was. And now that I'm out of it, I don't even think of it anymore. And I used to think when I'm out of this situation, this mind state I'm in, I'm gonna be like I'm gonna feel so good because I'll look back on this and say, "Wow, I came from that mindset." No, it didn't happen. I don't even think about it. I'm like, it's just like a new reality, and I don't even think about the old one. Like I'm like, dude, do you not realize how like how terrible that was situation you had going? And you should be like, I thought I would be more reflective on it. It's weird how that works. Your brain almost forgets that. Yeah. Yeah, like you thought when you were out of there, your life would be like this, like just relaxing. Like you'd be like, oh, looking back on it, like yeah, but but it just kept moving. Life just kept moving, and you don't really look back, huh? Yeah, yeah. It is a joke, but you'll have brief moments during the day where you do probably like stop and think about it. Same here, yeah. But it won't be that. It's not that monumental. Literally, just think about it. You're like, wow, yeah, that sucked. I thank God I'm not there anymore, and then move on. So odd to me, man. So odd to me. And I'm noticing memories are skewed. Everything's so freaking skewed, man. Like as your perception of the world changes, your memories start to change too. The memories start to turn. Memories start. I think I read somewhere that your memories aren't accurate. Like your brain makes up things in your memories to fit the narrative of what you believe more. So like as you grow in your brain, your memories. I've noticed my memories have become less dark, almost like I'm remembering only good. I don't know. It's weird. I'm like only remembering certain things and like thinking things that happened, things thinking things weren't as bad as they might have been, or like the memory starts getting blurry, and then get nostalgia. And like even though I never thought I'd get nostalgia about certain things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nostalgia's a lie. Yeah, it's a big lie. It's assuming that things were better back in the past than they are now. That's why people will say, back in my day, things were so simple. Now you guys just, you've heard older people say that, or back in my day, this stuff didn't happen. It was so nice. Yeah, maybe. Or you're getting lied to by your brain right now. Yeah, man. Oh man, human psyche. I'm actually fascinated by that a lot lately. Certain thing, it's just so predictable. Humans are very fucking predictable. We all operate kind of the same. Uh-huh. Yeah. 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 And that should be we should be more together because we're that similar. That's what I'm trying to say. Like we're no matter how different someone is, the basic makeup is the same and what goes on in the brain. So yeah, we're all Just made of the same stuff. Mhm. Then you got well, they say you remember in the mind control book I'm reading, the Silva method. He says your brain remembers more than you think. Like you can literally remember anything if you wanted to. If you really get into this alpha state of brain and meditation, you could go back in time and like remember details that you didn't think you remembered because your brain's constantly taking in information and it stores it. We just don't access like we probably don't access like 80% of what we actually remember. It's crazy, but we and when we say like during tests, I remember exams not remembering the answers because you didn't study. Really, if you were in a higher state of consciousness, all you would have to do is read it one time, your notes, and you'd be set. Really, like your brain does remember every word on the page. It's weird, but you just can't. You have to train yourself to be able to access that. But it's very difficult. It seems like, but it is a thing. Like your brain does remember small every detail from certain situations. Yeah, but they don't teach you that in school. They tell you gotta study for 8 hours and stay up all night studying and reread your notes 1,000 times and tire yourself out. When really, if they taught you, now this isn't like backed by science, but according to this book, I mean, you can get into a meditative state and with a lot of focus, you can remember anything. And during a test, you can remember anything by training your brain, which I do believe. I can see that. I definitely can see that. Uh huh. I wish more of that was studied, though. But it's that memory is dictating your actions still. Memories. Memories are how we survive, though, and learn from the past, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. That's where the modern day, it's just something stupid. Yeah. That must, yeah, memories definitely then are just a biological, evolutionary thing where, because the more you remember, the less mistakes you make, I guess. You remember what not to do. Probably what it's there for. So odd. We've basically got a computer in our head. The greatest computer ever is in our own skull, not the one sitting in front of us. I'd like to learn how to use more of my brain because I know there's a lot we haven't accessed. I think something like we only use a certain amount of our brain. Yeah, we don't like. There's a lot. There's a large portion of the brain that I don't think is active because we haven't tapped into it, and only yeah, and only those who really dig deep, I think, tap into all that because they want to experience it. I don't know how though. I don't know how to tap in. I don't know what it is. I just have heard that and I believe that there probably is weird stuff that we could do with our mind if we knew how. I could go as far as to say moving objects with your brain. No. Mind control. Now, mind control actually is a thing. That actually is like or reading people's minds. That's real. It's weird, but it's real. Dude, I have no clue the science behind it, but there's like people that do it, mind reading stuff. It's weird. Like they'll say, what number am I thinking of?" And the person will be able to guess it like correctly 100% of the time. It's weird. Yeah, yeah, I know. It's weird. You probably have to. It probably takes some intense, like built up energy in your head or something. I don't know. That's so odd to me. But that shows how we're connected even more. Than oh God, you can automatically tell if you like someone or not just by their energy. There's just some people you're not gonna like, and I'm starting to not even question why I don't like someone. I'm starting to just go, yeah, it's because I must not like their energy, and that's fine. Don't associate with them. Yeah, if you get an icky feeling around someone, probably don't go hang out with them. Which I didn't listen to that feeling when I was younger. Yeah, I did the opposite of what it told me to do. We do, and we have time. We have a lot of time on our hands. Yeah, should be using this time to really focus on the mind. The mind controls literally everything about your body too. That's why you can heal. That's why people have healed cancer with just their mind, like healed their own bodily issues with their mind, shrunk tumors with their mind. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Law of attraction type stuff, like people that have cancer, had cancer or whatever, and then through meditation and believing that, like literally picturing the tumor shrinking. Yeah, shrunk. Like I think my mom's friend did that. One of my mom's best friends had a lump somewhere, like a tumor, and the doctors were like, "Yeah, we'll have to do a scan on it in a month or whatever." And she said, "I'm gonna get rid of it in a month," and she did through like believing it was shrinking, and it shrunk. And the doctors were like, "What the hell did you do? We can't find it anymore." And she's like, "Oh, uh, I believed it was gonna go away." Yeah, so the power of belief and power of well, you're reading The Power of Habit, which ties into that a little bit, reprogramming your mind. Uh-huh. So yeah, there's yeah, man. I'm gonna try that with anytime from now on if I have a some bodily thing going on, even like a stomach ache, I'm gonna try to get rid of it with my mind somehow. I'm gonna keep practicing that. I don't know how, but I guess just believing, picturing it going away in your mind. Yeah. And it's absolutely real. I mean, but the problem is we get in our own way. because we don't believe that we can actually do that. So if you don't believe it, then it's not going to work. That's the problem. We get in our own way most of the time with stuff like that. Because oh god, yeah, you can't have doubt in your mind, man. And that's the problem with the lizard brain is it wants to doubt. It's rational, like, or well, it's irrational in terms of stress, but it's rational in terms of logic, like no, that can't happen. That's out there type thing. Maybe that's the purpose of us being alive is to figure out the brain, dude. If you think about it, that's all we do our whole life is try to figure out our brain and how to calm down. Because each time you wake up and it's a new day, you'll have different emotions right off the bat. It's just a constant self talk throughout the day to try to get yourself through the day. The key of life might be just figure out how to make your brain work for you. Yeah. Wow. Dude, these are good combos. This is a good episode. You got you got anything else to add? Are you sure? All right. Quote coming up. I am gonna post a snippet to Instagram. What should I post? Probably the where we were talking about emotion. I think I'll post about that. Like, is emotion a lie? Okay. Okay. Yeah. The Karen bit didn't go how I planned. I turned into. I was trying not to offend any. See, I was worried about offending people. If there's anybody like with a lifted truck that watches this, which I'm sure there could be. Uh, yeah, yeah, spot on. We were just talking. Yeah, we just talking about that. Remove basically that the mind will remove it. It's a figment of your imagination. Wow. So we can really feel anything we want if we put our mind to it. So simple yet so difficult. Like, it's so simple, but it's also so tough, man. Well, this was Kitchen Talks episode 16. I'm Nathan. We'll see you next week.